This is the number one issue for this company right now. I mean, succession planning has obviously not been Disney's strong suit. They had a botched succession attempts now multiple times. This is important. I mean, you have arguably one of the best executives in the business in James Gorman, who led such a smooth, orderly transition. In his own CEO transition, did it in 5 months with all internal candidates. So if it's going to be orchestrated by him, I think obviously he's been on the succession planning committee. It's his number one priority, and I think it definitely gives investors a lot of confidence. The one thing, though, that we have to mention here is that the early 2026 timeframe that they have announced in terms of the new CEO appointment, I think that's a little bit later than what investors were expecting. I think most investors were expecting it to happen in 2025.
I mean, things have really been tumultuous as we think about succession plans. What are investors looking for from a successor here?
So right now, all that we know is that you have the four internal chiefs. So you have the Parks chief, Josh Tomorrow, you have ESPN's Jimmy Pitaro, and you have the two big creative heads on the TV and the film side, Dana Walden and Alan Bergman, who are all front runners. This is, leading a company like Disney is really, really challenging because, you had a parks guy in Bob Chapek who was leading the company, and obviously that turned out not so well because, the creative side was completely neglected. And now you have Bob Iger kind of coming back in and cleaning up all those relationships that were broken with the Hollywood community. So it's going to be interesting to see whom he really picks. Obviously, the two front runners here are Dana Walden, who is a very well-known, very well-respected TV executive. She has deep, deep ties in Hollywood. She actually came over from Fox. She has built a lot of credibility within the industry, but she has absolutely no experience with the parks business. And remember, parks brings in almost 55 to 60% of Disney's profit. So this is critical to the future of the company. Josh Tomorrow, on the other side, of course, he's an out-and-out parks guy, has absolutely no experience with creative. So this is where it gets really, really challenging. So it's going to be interesting to see whether Bob Iger thinks having that creative element is more important, or whether it's again going to be a parks pick like Bob Chapek.